Here is how you shoot your shot. In my last video, I talked to you about the 5 C's before you shoot your shot. Did you remember? I talked about communication, connection, commitment, consideration, and compliment. And so in this video, I'll be telling you on how to shoot that shot. You have to get that girl. All right. So welcome to my platform, and this is a space that is dedicated to raising a generation of men who are equipped with a deep sense of purpose and with the enablement of becoming great men, husbands, and fathers. Here is how you shoot your shot. Number 1, plan the location. I've seen a lot of videos on shoot your shot, and people do a lot, and at the end of the day, some win and some don't. But what I would say is you really need to get a space that is serene enough, that has a positive energy to accommodate this particular discussion we'll have with this person. And so it doesn't necessarily have to be a big place. It doesn't have to be an expensive place. It can be your house, it can be your church, it can be a house, it can be, you just have to look for a place that is okay, to accommodate that kind of discussion, because it's actually a sensitive discussion. And I feel that a level of seriousness is needed in doing that. And a level of intentionality also. And so if you can afford to, get a big place, get an event planner to get everything in place, it's okay, you can. But what is more important is not how expensive the place is actually. It is how accommodating that place is to enable that kind of conversation. And so plan the place. Make sure she's comfortable. Make sure it's not where people can intrude and begins to break your conversations. Make sure it's not a place where you'll be distracted. Just ensure it's serene enough, safe enough, and accommodating. And so that's my first one. Plan the location. The second thing you need to put in place is your speech. So plan your speech. You can't, be intentional about doing this thing and you don't know what to say. And so you should know what to say. You should plan what to say. And I've seen a lot of, speeches, this girl, you see, if you want to really get this girl, you need to know what to say. You need to know how, to communicate, what your intention is to her. And so in planning your speech, actually, you should not go into the obvious. Don't go and tell her, you're a good girl, you're a beautiful girl, I've seen how you do. No. If you're telling her she's beautiful, she knows she is. If you're going to tell her she has a good shape, she knows she has a good shape. I mean, women see themselves more often than any other thing, than any other person. And so they are in their own face at least twice a day. So they look at the mirror, they know what is wrong with them, they know what is right about them. They know if you are looking at it, they know what you are looking at. And so it will be wrong for you to say, you are this, you're a good girl, you're beautiful. No. Begin by saying things that are not obvious, like a persona. You can talk about a strong personality. You can talk about her intelligence. You can talk about, a strength of character. You can talk about her solical content. You can talk about how kind she is. You can talk about, how vast she is. You can talk about the qualities she possesses, the values she possesses. And so in talking to her, you have to know what to say, So because once you begin to do this, he explains to her why you want her. And so in her head, whatever you're going to say, all she's waiting for is, why do you want me? And so she'll be able to communicate that, to her the best way possible. And the truth of the matter is, if you can say it well, you're good. Because at the end of the day, this shoot your shot looks like a proposal. Because that's what it is actually. You're proposing to her, giving her your blueprint, and, explaining to her why she's the best fit, for your life. And so she'll be able to communicate that to her the best way possible. And so planning your speech is really important. So the third thing is, avoid pitching yourself. Avoid pitching yourself. Severally, I've seen people, wanting to woo a lady, and they begin to talk about themselves, you know who I am, that I am good, that I'm a kind person, that I am loving. No. Instead of pitching yourself, consciously pitch her, tell her how good she is, tell her how great she is, tell her how valuable she is, tell her how amazing it will look like and how amazing it will be if she's on your team. You see, if you're going to journey with me, this is what it will look like. If you're going to say yes to me, this is what you're going to enjoy. This is what is available to you. You see, you have to be able, because at the end of the day, they want to know what they will stand to gain. And nobody wants to lose. Nobody wants to invest wrongly. Nobody wants to invest, into what will not yield them, a return. And so you need to be able to pitch her to her. You have to be able to tell her what her qualities are, that will help you, in achieving your own life goal. And in saying that, I'm not saying you should begin to tell her things like, it's because you can cook that I want to marry you. No. So if you're looking for if it's because she can cook, you can actually get a cook. If it's because she's homely, you can get house help, you can get all of those things. But beyond what you can get, beyond what your money can buy for you, beyond what your money can acquire for you, you should be able to pitch who she really is and how a person can complement you, how a person can help you, how a person, can take you from this level to another level. And one of the things I want to chip in this pitching the lady is, how about you talk about Ahara? How about you talk about how amazing her personality is? How about you talk about, the experience you've had in the last 2, 3, 4 weeks or 2, 3, 4 months, of being together, how things, has changed for you, how you've been able to see things from different light, just because she was able to explain and be able to support you in this area, how your business has been able to grow from this particular level to another level, how you've been able to acquire this or acquire that, and you're convinced that if she's willing to journey with you, you are sure that you're going to have an amazing life. And again, make sure that everything is all centered on you, because she has her own life too. So she wants to know if you are on her team, if things will go well for her, if she will not regret it. And so she'll be able to explain to her, she'll be able to tell her, see, I've seen you, plan this and this. I've seen you talk about this particular thing that you want to do, and I believe that I can be of great help and support in this particular area. And so if you're able to not pitch yourself, but pitch her, because everything has to be to our advantage. Everything has to be to our advantage. So if you cannot be able to, talk to her in that regard, of understanding or of knowing that, see, I'm not trying to use you, I'm not trying to have you because I need this and this quality from you, but I want us to be together to build a team, so that we can have amazing life with this and this is what you will get. There's no way you can be able to win her over. So everything I've mentioned, I think you really need to put in place when shooting your shot. And so watch out for my next video on what do you do if she says no. Nobody wants a no, but what do you do if she says no? So I would like to hear from you. Let me know if you have questions, and I would like to answer your questions as soon as I can. So do not forget to follow me on all platforms. See you next time.